anonymous threats, you name it, Jack's Inc. has faced it.
What exactly is Jack's Inc.?
What do you know about seawalls? Since I was a child, I've been obsessed with seawalls, the nature.
Exciting times ahead for NCIS fans, major clues, hilarious moments, and new beginnings. As anticipation builds for the much-awaited NCIS Season 22 premiere, star Katrina Law drops a tantalizing hint about Jessica Knight's swift reunion with the team after a surprising career shift. Meanwhile, Rocky Carroll shares a laugh with fans as he recounts a hilarious prank by Mark Harmon during one of their early scenes together. And for those looking to catch up, a must-see list of 10 iconic Gibbs episodes is being recommended ahead of the highly anticipated spin-off, NCIS Origins. Are you ready to dive back into the world of crime-solving? You won't want to miss the full scoop on these developments and what they mean for the future of the beloved franchise. Hey, lovely viewers, welcome to our channel Shows Update. NCIS star Katrina Law teases major clue for future Beyond Season 22 premiere. NCIS Season 22 is almost upon us, and it seems like Jessica Knight will not be away from the team for too long. NCIS's beloved agent Jessica Knight might be reuniting with her team sooner than anticipated, as the actress has hinted at a significant development. The premiere of NCIS Season 22 is just around the corner, scheduled to air on CBS on Monday, October 14th, 5 months after the abrupt conclusion of the previous series. In the final moments of the finale, Agent Jessica Knight, portrayed by Katrina Law, accepted director Leon Vance's Rocky Carroll proposition to serve as the chief training officer at her former React team. This decision implies she would have to leave the major case response team and her boyfriend Jimmy Palmer, Brian Dietzen, relocating to the Camp Pendleton office across the country. Despite confirmation that Jessica will appear in the first episode of NCIS Season 22, fans are worried this could signal the beginning of the end for the agent's tenure on the show. However, actress Law has given a hint that Agent Knight will reunite with Jimmy and the rest of the team. The upcoming series premiere episode, titled Empty Nest, will take place several months after Jessica's move to Camp Pendleton, providing viewers a glimpse into her new life. But Law recently posted a new set photo that suggests her return to the MCRT. NCIS Rocky Carroll shares how Mark Harmon pranked him in one of his earliest scenes on the CBS show, and it's so hilarious. When you purchase through links on our site, we may earn an affiliate commission. Here's how it works. Rocky Carroll has been on NCIS for so long, one wouldn't be faulted for forgetting he hasn't been there since the beginning. But with NCIS Season 22 just days away from premiering on the 2024 TV schedule, it's worth looking back at a time when Carroll's character, Leon Vance, was the new guy. Vance was introduced in the final chunk of Season 5 as assistant director of NCIS, and by the end of the season, he took over as director following the death of Lauren Holly's Jenny Shepard. It turns out that while shooting the final Season 5 scene, Carroll was the target of a prank orchestrated by Leroy Jethro Gibbs actor Mark Harmon, which, quite frankly, is kind of hilarious. Rocky Carroll recently stopped by off-duty, an NCIS rewatch, to talk with hosts Michael Weatherly and Cote de Pablo, who acted alongside him on NCIS for many years and will soon be leading their own spin-off, NCIS, Tony and Ziva. The Vance actor laid out how in the final moments of the Season 5 finale, his character broke up the show's main team in his new office by handing them their sentence, as he put it. He also noted how Vance had this habit of chewing a toothpick, which was directly taken from NCIS technical director Leon Carroll, Jr., whom Leon Vance was named after. That toothpick habit was the basis for the prank Harmon arranged, with Rocky Carroll first saying, "In this seminal moment, that was a very heavy, very serious moment where all the agents at NCIS were learning their fate. Harmon had instructed each one of you to conceal a toothpick in your mouth. So now the cameras are over the backs of all the other cast members, and it's my coverage, so the cameras are directly on me. So I'm looking into the eyes of each of you. I'm giving it my best, I'm trying to lay it on thick. I'm giving it the best blue steel as I can with each one of you, 'cause I know the camera's on me. This is my moment. It's tight coverage. This is it, baby. And then suddenly out of nowhere, like each of the actors standing there suddenly flicks a toothpick out of their mouths to do that they've been concealing for the entire time, led by Mark Harmon. And Mark Harmon had prefaced this prank by saying, and I think people were a little hesitant because, guys new to the show, let's not get him too ruffled. Harmon says, don't worry, he's not going to break. Although the NCIS Season 5 finale, titled Judgment Day, Part 2, marked Rocky Carroll's 5th appearance on the show, he was still a newbie among the group. So when the time came to shoot the scene where he sent Ziva back to Israel, reassigned Tony and McGee, and assigned new team members for Gibbs to oversee, Mark Harmon decided to have a little fun by having him, Michael Weatherly, Cote de Pablo and Sean Murray stick those toothpicks in their mouth. Well, actually, it functioned partly as an amusing prank, but also as a way for Harmon to prove he was confident that Carroll was a skilled enough actor to not break character at that ridiculous sight, and was right. Carroll continued. Katrina Law shares about NCIS Season 22. Katrina Law, Jessica Knight, joins us this morning to talk about the 22nd season premiere of the CBS original series NCIS, which will air on Monday, October 14th, 8 to 9 p.m. Eastern Time/Pacific Time on the CBS television network, and streaming on Paramount Plus, live and on demand for Paramount Plus with Showtime subscribers, or on demand for Paramount Plus Essential subscribers the day after the episode airs. Empty Nest. NCIS searches for a missing undercover agent in the midst of an active hostage situation on the 22nd. Season premiere of the CBS original series NCIS, Monday, October 14th, 8 to 9 p.m. Eastern Time/Pacific Time on the CBS television network, and streaming on Paramount Plus, live and on demand for Paramount Plus with Showtime subscribers, or on demand for Paramount Plus Essential subscribers the day after the episode airs. Pictured, L.R. Katrina Law as NCIS Special Agent Jessica Knight. Photo, Michael Yerish/CBS Copyright 2024 CBS Broadcasting Incorporated. All rights reserved. NCIS is in an elite group of television series to reach their 22nd season. This new season will be full of surprises and exciting storylines, and viewers can expect some fun and unusual pairings. The upcoming season premiere begins months after the season 21 finale, where Jessica Knight accepted a job with the React team at Camp Pendleton across the country in California. We're thrilled to have Jessica with us this morning. For more information about NCIS, head here. Roadshow content disclaimer: the information, advice, and answers displayed in the Roadshow section of WPRI.com are those of individual sponsors and guests and not WPRI TV/Nexstar Media Group Incorporated. WPRI.com presents this content on behalf of each participating Roadshow sponsor. Sponsored content is copyrighted to its respective sponsor unless otherwise indicated. NCIS character Gibbs gets origin story. With an assist from original star Mark Harmon, who played Leroy Jethro Gibbs for 19 seasons, actor Austin Stoll is delighted to portray a younger version of the ex-Marine turned naval investigator in NCIS Origins. October 10th, Jennifer Lopez admits second Ben Affleck split almost did take me out for good, but was exactly what I needed, thank you, God. I'm sorry it took me so long. I'm sorry that you had to do this to me so many times, Lopez said in a chat for Interview a Magazine. Darren Garish/Getty, Daniele Venturelli/Wire Image. Jennifer Lopez in Dubai, United Arab Emirates, on February 10, 2024, Ben Affleck in Venice, Italy, on September 10, 2021. Jennifer Lopez gained some invaluable perspective following her split from Ben Affleck. The actress and singer was first engaged to Affleck in the early 2000s before their initial split, rekindling their relationship in 2021 and marrying in 2022. Lopez, 55, later filed for divorce on August 20, which also marked the 2-year anniversary of their Georgia wedding celebration. In a newly published chat with comedian Nikki Glazer for Interview magazine, which took place on September 10, Lopez said she doesn't regret the pain she went through following her recent breakup with Affleck, 52, for 1 second. "That doesn't mean it didn't almost take me out for good. It almost did," she continued. "But now, on the other side of it, I think to myself, that is exactly what I needed. Thank you, God. I'm sorry it took me so long. I'm sorry that you had to do this to me so many times." Never miss a story. Sign up for People's free daily newsletter to stay up to date on the best of what People has to offer, from celebrity news to compelling human interest stories. "I should have learned it 2 or 3 times ago." "I get it," added the unstoppable actress. "You had to hit me really hard over the head with a FING sledgehammer. You dropped the house on me. Don't have to do it again." After telling Glazer, 40, that she finally got it, Lopez immediately clarified, "And by the way, that doesn't mean I have everything figured out." Lopez's marriage to Affleck marked her 4th time tying the knot. She previously had a 1997 to 1998 union with model waiter Ojani Noah, before marrying Chris Judd on September 29, 2001. Lopez filed for divorce from Judd, 55, by July 2002, and the divorce was finalized by the following January. Before reconnecting with Affleck, Lopez wed singer-songwriter Mark Anthony in a private June 2004 ceremony. The two share 16-year-old twins Emmy and Max, whom they welcomed in February 2008. Lopez and Anthony, 56, announced their split in a joint statement in July 2011. The divorce was finalized in June 2014. The People Puzzler crossword is here. How quickly can you solve it? Play now. Lopez also opened up to Glazer during their interview chat about what she has learned while navigating a difficult, but ultimately illuminating, year. "It's a lifelong process," she said. "I think that's what I love about life, that there's no arrival point. There's only getting better and growing if you want to. It's either growing or dying, and I don't want to do the dying part." As for her dating life, Lopez told Glazer, "Now I'm excited, when you say you're just going to be on your own. Yes, I'm not looking for anybody, because everything that I've done over the past 25, 30 years, being in these different challenging situations, what can I FING do when it's just me flying on my own," she said. "What if I'm just free?" Unstoppable will be in theaters beginning December 6. Carla Connor has addressed her romantic feelings for DS Lisa Swain in the latest Coronation Street episode. The soap recently confirmed that it would explore the growing chemistry between the two women, following Carla hiring Lisa's daughter Betsy at the factory. The DS came to Carla's rescue earlier this week when she was confronted at the factory by the father of the lad she'd recently knocked over. The two later shared a charged moment when Carla brushed a stray hair from Lisa's face, though Lisa quickly made an excuse to leave before talking things through. In Wednesday's, October 9 episode, Carla made peace with Betsy after the teen embarrassed her in front of an important client at the factory. While Carla sacked Betsy in a moment of anger, she quietly offered her the factory job back in the latest installment. Carla next visited Lisa at the precinct, suggesting they needed to talk about what went on between them the previous night. When Carla questioned whether Lisa thought she was just a tourist, exploring an interest in another woman, the detective admitted that's indeed what she suspected. "We don't need a post-mortem on something that never even happened," Lisa insisted. The two shied away from sharing how they truly felt, instead agreeing that they'd focus on their friendship to avoid overcomplicating things between them. "Please, can we stop swerving each other, because I honestly do want to get back to where we were as friends, if that's possible?" Carla asked. Lisa smiled and answered Carla, "Of course it is possible." However, Ryan would later notice the chemistry was palpable between Lisa and Carla as they swerved each other once again at the Rovers' return. At home, Carla confessed to Ryan that she'd almost had a kind of moment with Lisa but still wasn't sure where they stood. "I've just watched you both pretending not to look at each other," Ryan quipped. "And her face dropped when you legged it and all." Carla admitted she was worried she would ruin a potentially great friendship by pursuing anything romantic with Lisa. "You wanna kiss her," Ryan teased before Carla playfully swatted his hand away. Carla insisted Ryan was blowing everything out of proportion, though Ryan maintained his theory that the women were pining for each other. NCIS stars major clue that Jessica Knight will reunite with Team Beyond Season 22 debut. NCIS favorite agent Jessica Knight could once again be working with the others sooner than you think, with the star dropping a big clue. NCIS Season 22 is almost here, with the premiere episode set to air on Monday, October 14th, on CBS, 5 months after its previous series came to an unexpected end. In the finale's final moments, Agent Jessica Knight, played by Katrina, decided to take director Leon Vance's Rocky Carroll offer of working as the chief training officer at her old React team. However, this would mean leaving the major case response team and her boyfriend Jimmy Palmer, Brian Dietzen, behind and relocate to the Camp Pendleton office on the other side of the country. Even though it's known that Jessica will be in the first episode of NCIS Season 22, fans have been concerned it could really be the beginning of the end for the agent's time on the show. However, actress Law has dropped a major clue that Agent Knight will be reunited with Jimmy and the others. The new series premiere episode Empty Nest is going to be set several months after Jessica relocated to Camp Pendleton so fans can see what her new life is like. But Law recently shared a new set photo that teases her return to the MCRT after all. She initially shared the photo to thank all of those who sent her happy birthday wishes, but eagle-eyed fans would have noticed exactly where she took it. It is clear to see she is taking the photo on the set of Casey Hines' Deanna Reasonover lab, thanks to the elephant painting in the background, a picture that Gibbs, Mark Harmon, gave to Jack Sloan, Maria Bello. But considering the fact Law's character is supposed to be in Camp Pendleton, this is a hint that there are more scenes to come with Jessica back with the gang. So how will Jessica and Jimmy initially find being apart, and, more importantly, how are they going to be reunited? Matt's Inside Line, scoop on organized crime, NCIS, Chicago Fire, Agatha All Along, Abbott Elementary, NCIS, Origins, Blue Bloods and more. Matt's Inside Line, scoop on organized crime, NCIS, Chicago Fire, Agatha All Along, Abbott Elementary, NCIS, Origins, Blue Bloods and more. Will NCIS gift fans with any holiday episodes? Who will be new when organized crime returns on Peacock? What's special about Agatha All Along's penultimate episode? Read on for answers to those questions and others. Is there any news on when Law and Order, Organized Crime will start filming Season 5? Ollie. Cameras have been rolling since August on the Peacock exclusive season, which is now looking to cast the recurring role of a new, female detective/leader of the NYPD Counterterrorism Bureau. Any chance Chicago Fire's Brett and Casey will make a visit back to Chicago this season? Megan. That is always a possibility with them, says showrunner Andrea Newman. There's such a great, deep history on the show with all these characters, and we love bringing everybody back. Severide said it, we've all said it, Bowden certainly said it, once you're part of 51, you're always a part of 51. So we very much live that on the show, as well, and feel like any character that has been a part of our lives and is still around will visit, could come back, could be there any moment. So, yeah, that's always possible. Now that Chicago Fire's Novak is a bit more ingrained within the group at the firehouse, what's in store for her? Bo. There's so much fun Novak stuff this season, says showrunner Andrea Newman. That's another character where there's so much stuff to peel back. We really don't know her all that well, and some things we know about her, like the fun side of her, we're going to explore that. She has a desire to be kind of a party girl and have a great time, but there's also this deep empathy she has for other people. We'll explore what her origins were, in terms of starting to want to be a paramedic and help people. Will NCIS or NCIS Origins have a Christmas episode this year? Maria. I can confirm that NCIS will in fact gift us with its first Christmas episode in a while, and that both CBS procedurals will serve up Halloween-themed outings. Bonus scoop, NCIS Origins, which debuts this Monday at September 8th with a double-episode premiere, is casting some guest stars as family members, namely, a wife for Caleb Foot's Randy, and two sisters for Mario Molino's Lala. Will we see McGee's twins Morgan and Johnny on NCIS this season? Natalie. Addressing the now comedic topic of Tim and Delilah's forever unseen twins, showrunner Stephen D. Binder explained that COVID protocols in recent years got in the way of having tykes on set. Though that's not so much the case anymore. Even when we brought Jimmy Palmer's daughter on, in February 2022, we had to magically age her a little bit, he notes. Now she's older than McGee's kids, so do we age McGee's kids? Can you tell us any more information about Jesse Lee Soffer's character on FBI International? Natasha. Supervisory Special Agent Wesley A. Wes Mitchell, formerly of the Chicago PD LAPD, arrives in Budapest carrying some emotional baggage when Season 4 opens Tuesday, October 14th. Wes is currently in a relationship, Soffer told me, and that will be the cause of some future drama. Will we see more of Jacob and Avi's relationship on Abbott Elementary? Josefa. When we asked Quinta Brunson during our fall preview Q&A if there was anything coming up for Jacob's love life, and the Hitcom's creator/star said, not specifically, although he is a single man, so it's fun to just have single characters because you can always throw a date in there or something. And I think while that's not technically specific about his story this season, I'd be lying if I didn't say it's going to definitely make its way in there again. What do you have on the Abbott Elementary/It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia crossover? Lindsay. I personally have nothing so soon after the announcement, but our sister site Variety just reported that Charlie Day's character has a pretty significant storyline, and that both Caitlin Olsen, now headlining ABC's High Potential, Glenn Howerton, currently shooting Netflix's Sirens, will both appear. What can you reveal about Hannah's journey on Chicago Med, specifically in terms of her sobriety? Deb. There's that very common phrase that people know, once you're an addict, you're always an addict, showrunner Alan McDonald notes, and that will be something that will be addressed in the new season. Hannah had substance abuse issues in the past, and she is still struggling with those, mentally. That doesn't necessarily mean she's using, doesn't necessarily mean she's not. But it's still an issue that she has to be constantly aware of when she's managing the stress of her work and personal lives. We are senior citizens who love the ARC and have been watching it since S1E1. Will be a Season 3? Marge. I asked around, and barely a week after the Season 2 finale aired, there is no word yet either way, on renewal. Any new Agatha All Along teasers? Jessie. Akin to how Ali On, who plays Alice, in a previous Inside Line, singled out Episode 6, and teased Bar Mitzvah, both Sashir Zamata, Jen, and Joe Locke, teen, said that Episode 7 is their favorite of the 9. Reasons why. Patti LuPone raved Zamata, while Locke said, playing with form. Is the Bewitched reboot still in the works? Austin. I am hearing that Sony Pictures Television's irreverent hour-long reimagination of the classic sitcom, which was announced back in February, is still in development, yes. Any updates regarding Blue Bloods? Mary. Showrunner Kevin Wade told me that original cast member Jennifer Esposito will once again return as Jackie Curatola for part of the 8-episode farewell run kicking off October 18th, though she will not appear in December's series finale. Will Sarah Michelle Gellar only be in one episode of Paramount Plus with Showtime's Dexter: Original Sin? Her special guest star credit confuses me, especially considering how heavily involved she's been in the promotion of the show. Sam. Worry not, SMG will appear throughout the season. Do you have any inside info if even just one of the following shows has been greenlit for development in 2025? Halo Season 3, Legacies Season 5, Heroes, Eclipsed, A Court of Thorns and Roses, Aragon, and The Boys spin-off set in Mexico. M.E. Cancelled/theoretically being shopped, very cancelled, still in development at NBCU, nixed by Hulu 8 months ago, still in development at Disney+, and no updates to share. 10 Leroy Jethro Gibbs episodes of NCIS to watch before NCIS Origins premieres. Get a head start on one of the most anticipated shows of the year. NCIS Origins is coming. And with the show, which will focus on the origins of one Leroy Jethro Gibbs, played by Mark Harmon in NCIS and Austin Stoll in NCIS Origins, set to premiere on CBS on October 14th. It's worth revisiting the question of what we already know of the backstory of such an iconic character. Gibbs was, after all, the lead character on NCIS for almost 2 decades. CBS might be launching a whole new show about his roots, but we already know a fair bit about him. And what we know we learned over 19 seasons of NCIS. In NCIS Origins we will meet Gibbs as a newly minted NIS agent under the tutelage of Mike Franks, played by Muse Watson on NCIS, and Kyle Schmid in Origins, a role he begins right after the death of his wife and daughter. But we've already met Franks and gotten the backstory on the murder of Gibbs's wife and daughter on NCIS. So, before NCIS Origins digs deeper into the story of Gibbs, we've compiled a list of the episodes it might be a good idea to rewatch to get a sense of who the man really is. Also read everything we know about NCIS Origins. Yankee White, Season 1, Episode 1. The series' first episode, which follows the backdoor pilot on JAG, sees Gibbs basically explain to the audience what NCIS is about and why it's important, as the team investigates a mysterious death on Air Force One. It's also the episode that sets the groundwork for Gibbs' famous rules, which we're likely to revisit on NCIS Origins. Among the famous rules are Rule number 6, never say you're sorry, Rule number 12, never date a coworker, Rule number 18, it's better to seek forgiveness than ask permission, and Rule number 91, when you decide to walk away, never look back. One Shot, One Kill, Season 1, Episode 13. This Season 1 NCIS episode explores Gibbs' Marine Corps past, which is likely to be something NCIS Origins explores much more deeply, particularly as the show picks up right after Gibbs has left the service and is just starting with NIS. In the hour, Gibbs goes undercover as a Marine recruiter while he tries to track down a sniper targeting Marine recruiters. Gibbs is a former U.S. Marine Corps Scout sniper, and this NCIS episode is the first to really explore how his military service translates to his leadership at NCIS. Hiatus Parts 1 and 2, Season 3, Episodes 23 and 24. Perhaps the most important episodes in understanding the character of Gibbs, Hiatus Part 1 and 2 see the character survive a terrorist blast and relive moments from his past as he's unconscious. The episodes also serve as an introduction to a character who will play a central role in NCIS Origins, Mike Franks, Gibbs' mentor. He was played by Muse Watson on NCIS and will be played by Kyle Schmid in the prequel. Hiatus Part 2 is also the episode where we find out about the death of Gibbs' wife and daughter. NCIS Origins is set to pick up right after their deaths. Requiem, Season 5, Episode 2. It's not until season 5 that we get to explore Gibbs's family again, in an episode where Gibbs helps a childhood friend of his daughter. The Hour, which was meant to be the show's 100th episode, but ended up being the 101st, sees Gibbs hallucinate his wife and his daughter and get some closure by their reassurance that everything is fine. Of course, this is also the episode where Tony DiNozzo, Michael Weatherly, has to save him and said friend of his daughter from a sinking car, in one of the most action-packed moments in NCIS. Judgment Day, Parts 1 and 2, Season 5, Episodes 18 and 19. Mike Franks returns to NCIS in Judgment Day, which makes this two-parter another essential watch before NCIS Origins premieres as a new, albeit younger, version of both Gibbs and Franks is introduced to audiences. The two-parter also sees the death of NCIS director Jenny Shepard, Lauren Hawley, who dies protecting Gibbs, and the first appearance of Leon Vance, Rocky Carroll, who is still in the role of director in NCIS Season 22. Heartland Season 6, Episode 4. NCIS Origins is set to introduce us to a younger version of Gibbs, and one of the biggest influences on him is his father, Jackson Gibbs, played on NCIS by Ralph Waite. Heartland introduces the character as Gibbs investigates an ambush that leaves one Marine dead and another one injured. As it turns out, he shares a Heartland, Stillwater, Pennsylvania, with the remaining victim. This episode establishes that Gibbs and his father haven't spoken in 16 years and reveals how Gibbs met his first wife, Shannon. Life Before His Eyes, Season 9, Episode 14. A life-or-death situation leads Gibbs to reflect on the most important moments in his life in this episode, which includes flashbacks to the character leaving home, joining the Marines, meeting his first wife, witnessing the birth of his daughter, fighting in Desert Storm, finding out his wife and daughter are dead, meeting Mike Franks, and becoming an NIS agent. If there's one episode you need to watch before NCIS Origins, it's this one. Honor Thy Father, Season 11, Episode 24. NCIS pays tribute to Ralph Waite, who passed away during NCIS's 11th season, in an episode that sees Gibbs find out that his father died from a stroke and has him return to his hometown of Stillwater, Pennsylvania. The Hour mostly focuses on Gibbs reminiscing about his past, with the episode revealing that when Gibbs was young, he built a small wooden boat with his dad that they named after his mother. NCIS Origins is set to feature a younger version of Jackson Gibbs, played by Robert Taylor. The Arizona, Season 17, Episode 20. Widely considered one of the most emotional NCIS episodes, The Arizona sees Gibbs help a 95-year-old Pearl Harbor survivor, played by Christopher Lloyd, verify his identity. This causes Gibbs to come to terms with his military service, at one point even confiding in McGee that when he came home after his service, he felt like half a person. Considering when NCIS Origins picks up, this is surely something that will be revisited in the prequel. Great Wide Open, Season 19, Episode 4. The last episode for Leroy Jethro Gibbs on NCIS sees Gibbs follow a case to Alaska and then decide to stay there and enjoy the peace he's found, a peace he hasn't felt since his first wife Shannon and daughter Kelly died. It is, in many ways, the end of Gibbs' story, except it isn't. We will see, and hear, Mark Harmon again in NCIS Origins. It's just that we will see him in the past, telling us the story of how he became the man we met. Is it necessary to watch NCIS before watching NCIS Origins? Explained. NCIS Season 22, Katrina Law hints at Jessica Knight's return after unexpected career shift. NCIS Season 22's premiere episode will see Jessica Knight working away from the major case response team, but actress Katrina Law has teased a reunion is on the cards. NCIS is returning with Jessica Knight star Katrina Law teasing a reunion with her team after the sudden career shift at the end of Season 21. NCIS Season 22 is set to premiere on Monday, October 14th, on CBS, 5 months after the previous series ended. In the final moments of the last episode, Agent Jessica Knight decided to accept director Leon Vance's offer to become the chief training officer at her former React team. This decision would mean leaving the major case response team and her boyfriend Jimmy Palmer and moving to the Camp Pendleton office on the other side of the country. Despite confirmation that Jessica will appear in the first episode of NCIS Season 22, fans have been worried that this could signal the end of her time on the show. The premiere episode of the new series, titled Empty Nest, will take place several months after Jessica's move to Camp Pendleton, giving viewers a glimpse into her new life. But a recent set photo shared by Law hints at her return to the MCRT. The photo was clearly taken on the set of Casey Hines' Deanna Reasonover a Lab, as evidenced by the elephant painting in the background, a gift from Gibbs, Mark Harmon, to Jack Sloan, Maria Bello. Sloan chose to leave it in the care of the forensic scientist while she stayed in Afghanistan. However, given that Law's character is supposed to be at Camp Pendleton, this suggests there are more scenes featuring Jessica with the team. So, what will Jessica and Jimmy's initial separation feel like and, crucially, how will they reunite? Thanks for watching this video. Please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up.